I just wanted to share some of the mementos I have. This is just a small amount of mementos that I have from the Thrill of the Chase, Dragonfly Inn in Cimarron, New Mexico. I had to get that, you know. Who wouldn't want a jug? That rock is from Ponderosa. Don't tell the Forest Rangers. This is from the shop that Victoria ran in Cimarron. All these rocks there are from Cimarron, Maverick Creek area. Just different rocks that I found along the way. And so on. Dragonfly Inn beer can. Okay. New Mexico flag. That's from Victoria's shop. Got me a hat from... oh my goodness, I know the guy's name. He ran the store in Ute Park, and he had fishing gear and all that kind of stuff. So that's some of the just little items I keep out to remind me of my trips. I'm going to quickly go. This is all my stuff I take when I go. Okay, you can see it's not everything here, but the majority of this stuff I take with me. Okay. Laptop, there's my big Sally pack, guns, ammo, smaller packs. This is just full of stuff, bear spray, hammocks. I take drones. That's a drone, DJI Spark drone. That's a Maverick 2 drone. That's my grandson's drone. There's my poles back there that I used. So yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, some of my mementos. Now I want to go. I'm keeping the camera down so you can see. I have stuff everywhere. I also got that from Cimarron, New Mexico. From Frontier Music Store. He had that hanging up in his shop. And I wanted to support him. As I did, I wanted to support the town. Because of the COVID thing that was going on. This is my studio where I do all my guitar lessons and drum lessons. I got this from Cimarron, New Mexico, from the lady next door to the Frontier Music Store. She had a gem shop, a rock shop, where some of those more expensive rocks came from. I got this from Jason Eunice. He was nice enough. He was on a Gypsy's Kiss, and he had a Fender guitar shirt on, but you can only see the top letter of the F of Fender. Fender guitars look like that. And I seen it, and I typed in. You know, I was chatting in the chat room there, saying, "Hey Jason, is that a Fender shirt?" And he said, "Yeah," you know, so we had a little communication, not much, and he said, "I'm going to send you a prize for guessing that shirt." And I was, you know, it was not even part of the show, but he sent me this. He has a tinsmith shop, and there's his little signature, but it just tells you what the community was like, you know, everybody would, and then I bought this from him. It's his tin stuff that he does. New Mexico tinwork.com is Jason's site. Jason Eunice E. Delgado is 5th generation Delgado family tinsmith. I would say let's support Jason. Let's support the community, if you will. I bought that. Look at this guitar, sparkly red. I bought that from Frontier Music in Cimarron, New Mexico. I didn't need the guitar. I got guitars, you know. I got all kinds of guitars, you know. Eddie Van Halen, you know, Richie Sambora, you know. I got guitars. Here's some more of my rocks and mementos that I picked up. I got some stuff on my front porch as well. Some of these are bought. Some of these are just picked up from the ground near Cimarron River in New Mexico. So these are all things that remind me. Here's oh, you should. I got a picture that you wouldn't believe, but that is that's This is Maverick Creek right here. This is the trail that goes up the side, the river. Here's the cross over here. This is Highway 64, Maverick Creek, Maverick Campground, Ponderosa Campground. So I always had that there. Most people didn't know what it was. But I have one that I drew that's in color with all kinds of detail. That I just did by memory, because I've been all up in here. I've been all up in here. So crazy. So Forrest, you enhanced all of our lives. I've met some wonderful people at the Cimarron Inn. In fact, I'm going to go over this. K-Pow, K-Pro, you guys were awesome. So just a handwritten list. Odious Soul, awesome. She's a great gal. Ramblin' Pam, always enjoyed hers. The two girls from Texas, they were, I don't know, two blonde ladies. They were always interesting to listen to. Jason and Sasha, congratulations. They got married, and that's cool. The After Hour guy show, he was a lot of fun, him and his show. Chasing Indy, I mean, who wouldn't like her? She's beautiful. The girl Christy Fiona, also, great show. Smell the... I put smelly the sunshine. Sorry. Smell the sunshine. The guy Mike in Japan, he was always interesting. Susie that read from the Thrill of the Chase book, she was awesome. I always loved hearing her read. Her voice was very pleasant. Cynthia Meacham, I got her book. I just can't find it. I don't know where it is, but I was going to show that. I did buy her book. And got some ideas that I thought maybe she was the lead searcher, because she was in Cimarron. Dal Neitzel, of course. People of Cimarron, I appreciate all of them. Cimarron Inn with Sue and Andy. They're from England. I love them because they sound like the Beatles. You know, they sound like John, Paul, George, and Ringo. And so they're my favorite people. I've stayed at their inn almost every time that I've been there. Now I want to thank my searchers, Jeff. Well, actually, the first one was Jerome. He's the guy that said, I'm going with you, because he didn't want me to go by myself. Jeff, I'm not going to say their last name, just to protect the innocent. Emily, this is a family. Emily, Rob, their two boys, Lincoln and AJ. Oh, my goodness. They went with me twice. So, but they congratulated me and, you know, felt bad for me. Debbie, she went with me once. So, and then Jeff. Jeff was the second guy to go. He was actually one of my students. He was actually, I was a Sunday school teacher, and he was a student. And so he lived in California. We met Phoenix, flew to Santa Fe. What a trip. I have stories on all of these. I mean, we had some very, very interesting, incidences, coincidences. I could write a book. I mean, I almost got stabbed, by falling down on one of those sharp pine trees, and thankfully, I have a lot of stories. We had a marijuana incident. We had a police incident. We got lost. I pulled over to... I'll tell this story with myself. Yeah, this is my studio, and so, yeah, I had so many adventures. I thought about writing a book if I found the treasure, and really I thought about this. I could probably write a book now, because I can reveal the spot, everything I thought, because I was going to be kind of anonymous. I mean, where I was near a state park. You had to travel through a state park, walking, hiking, to go into BLM land, and so there was going to be those legal things, and so I thought, I don't know if I can reveal exactly where I found it, if I found it. And so anyway, so I mean, I had crazy things happen. It was like the second trip, we flew into Santa Fe, as I mentioned there, with my buddy Jeff, and we were trying to go from the airport down to downtown Santa Fe. I'd never been there, but I kind of pictured where the REI building was to buy bear spray, because you can't take bear spray on the plane. And so, you know, I said, I know it's over here somewhere by the train depot thing, and I'd never been there in my life. And so, but I looked on a map and I said, hey, easy, go down this road, hang a left. So I couldn't find it, you know, and so I said, I'm going to pull over, Jeff. And so I pulled over, and I'm looking on my phone, and this is one of the first big coincidences was as I'm looking for REI to buy some bear spray, my buddy Jeff goes, Collective Works Bookstore. And I go, what'd you say? He goes, I'm always saying, what did you say? You know, the cross. I go, what? There's a cross? You know, I'm going, what did you say? And he goes, Collective Works Bookstore. I said, why'd you say that? He goes, because we're right in front of it. And I go, are you kidding me? I did that. That's what I said with the cross. Everything's, you know, you know, I see Jesus in a tortilla. I mean, you know, Forrest Fenn's image is in that cloud. We got to follow that cloud. But I couldn't believe it that all I did was I got pulled down this street, and I pulled over, stopped, was looking at my phone, and we stopped right in front of Collective Works Bookstore. You know, I mean, how much of a coincidence is that? And so anyway, that's just one of oh my goodness, there was just a lot of crazy stuff on all 9 trips. Every trip had something unique in it. But so we, you know, of course went in and everything, but I thought, what a coincidence, you know. I just pulled over, and there I was. He goes, well, what's that? And I go, that's the only, I'm dramatic. I go, that's the only place in the world that you can get his book. You know, and so I go, and then I told him, I go, this is a sign, we're going to find this treasure. So that was my second trip, and I went on 9 and didn't find it. So, but anyway, I wanted to thank all those people, you know, and Jason Eunice, I mean, he didn't have to send me this, but he did. I mean, how cool is that? And so that tells you what the community was, you know, all the fundraisers that I know them as K-Pow and K-Pro, and I think her name's Christy, I'm sorry. You know, they put together that fundraiser for the lady that lost their house. So we see, you know, that people are decent people in this search, and most all of them, you know. And it was just neat to see, you know, I guess we call it the community coming together and doing these things. I bought some of this stuff I didn't need, but I bought it to support the town of Cimarron because we're going through the COVID thing. Things were shut down. I had to call the guy at the music store because he says, if you want something, call me and I'll come and open up because of the COVID. And I think his name was Robert. And I go, you know, it was just sad to see this town that I hope it, you know, continues to survive, because they were all holding on by a thread. In fact, Robert, the one that I bought this guitar from, cool, you know, I didn't need it, but the guy I bought that from, he's closing down. He's got to close his shop. He can't afford to keep it open anymore. And so I think we should support our communities, you know, and support each other, you know, and help, like, you know, the things that the community does, you know, spearheaded by K-Pro and K-Pow and K-Pro, Cal Lasers, and I think her name is Christy. I'm sorry. I'm a busy guy. I want to tell you this, though, just in closing. I want to also thank my wife, who had passed away in 2018. I went on 6 of the trips, and she was here at home bedridden. And so, anyway, but she was supportive of me. She didn't like that I would leave. She had multiple sclerosis, and she was bedridden, and, you know, her life kind of was just going downhill, and we didn't know how long she had, you know, with MS. You never know. But I was hoping, you know, to find the treasure and be able to get a van and take her to Cimarron, you know. So anyway, she was a big inspiration for me, and I want to thank her. She's up in heaven, and but 6 of my trips were basically that way. So I don't know everybody's name. I couldn't get involved with everybody because I was taking care of my wife. And so anyway, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm going to put it up in her honor. You know, she was just a sweetheart. And so God bless you all. God bless you, Forrest Fenn. You changed my life for sure. And gave me a lot to do and think about. Well, you know, my wife was bedridden and many times, you know, slept quite a bit towards the end. So I had a lot of time that I can spend researching and looking and so on. But it kind of helped me through that, if you will, because it gave me something to think about and something to do mentally. And so so thank you, Forrest. I did a couple of videos about you, and I don't know if that was your motivation, and I pray you don't get upset. I'm just letting you know that's what I thought. I thought it was the chest. I thought it was, you know, a spiritual adventure, and I just put it up just so that I would have a record of it, if you will, of what I thought and why I went to Cimarron, New Mexico, and why I felt that Maverick and Ponderosa and the Cross had a big part in your hiding of the chest. But everybody, you know, I was amazed to see people had these same kind of ideas, you know, or their solves were pretty impressive in different states, you know, from Montana all the way down. And so I go, well, you know, I'm sticking with mine because that's what I thought. So, but thank you, Forrest Fenn. I do mean this from the bottom of my heart. You changed my life and helped me through a rough patch. And I know you're a Christian, and so no matter what, if I can't go to Finn Breeze, but no matter what, I'll see you upstairs, you know, because you're right. God's obligated to forgive us because that's what He does. And so thank you, Forrest, for the wonderful adventure. Thank you for the community. Thank you, Cimarron, New Mexico. Thank you to all my friends that helped me and went with me. And it was just it's crazy, all the things that we did. Jason, you the man, you the man. You know, I mean, I don't know how he picked up that would mean something to me. I don't think I mentioned anything about my solve or anything, but this is what he sent. Jason, you the man. God bless you guys. Thank you, Toby and Shelley. You also were very inspirational. K-Pow, K-Pro. God bless you guys. It's been a blast. It really has. How do you shut this off? There we go.